Hi class, we have finally reached the last speech that we will be doing together. As I made an announcement earlier this week, this is the last speech that I will be grading. Your persuasive speech and your final speech for the class, you will be doing it with your instructor, Professor Shaffer. For those of you wondering, I still haven't gotten to grading the personal narrative speeches. Have been feeling a little bit under the weather this week, but I will get them done by the end of this week. Hopefully by Friday, I will have all of your speeches graded with feedback and comments. So keep out an eye for that. In the meantime, I wanted to go over this guidelines for the informative speech, basically what I'm going to be looking for based on what Professor Shaffer's guidelines are. So for this speech, you are going to be pretending like you are a teacher, kind of like myself and other instructors that you've had in the past. You're going to be pretending to be a teacher, and you are going to be delivering a speech that you have somewhat knowledge or not so much experience, but you have so much knowledge and that you would like to learn more about a particular topic in your given field, major, or career that you intend to explore in the future. So some of the examples that Professor Shaffer has given you is, if you want to be a biologist in the future, you would explain how cell growth leads to cancer. Or, if you're a musician, you might tell us the history of a musical instrument that you're using. And, right here, I have a computer scientist trying to explain how algorithms work. So depending on what your major is or what your field interest for the future is, that's what you will be doing your speech on. So one of the things that you have to consider when you are doing the speech is, number one, is it an appropriate topic? We want to make sure that we are doing a speech that it is an appropriate topic. Most of us already have an idea of what is appropriate to deliver in a school setting, so make sure to keep that in mind in the back of our head. Also, you want to make sure that it is a topic that you're interested in. The more interested you are in a topic, the more the enthusiasm will carry out to the audience, and also the more interested and excited you will be to research it. So make sure that it is a topic that you're interested in. Do you have some type of expertise, or are you interested in the area? Also, keep in mind, does the audience already know a lot about the topic? How much do they know? How much should I fill in the blanks for them? This also includes any type of language, any type of jargon that you think that your audience might not be familiar with. Keep that in mind as well, so that you are defining that for us. Will my audience be interested? Are you going to make this topic something that your audience will be willing to listen to and will find engaging, and it will improve their life somehow? And lastly, is it going to improve the audience somehow, some way? Obviously, we have the preparation outline template right here that you can use to prepare your speech. And Professor Shaffer has provided for you all a sample outline that you can look at so that it can help you guide your preparation for the speech. So for research, Professor Shaffer has done like a workshop research day that you will have to complete. You will be using the resources from the SMC library to put your research together. And all of your citations are going to be in APA format, which she has helpfully provided for us here. You will need a PowerPoint for your speech. And, look at the textbook, make sure that you look at the class guidelines on like visual aids and all of that. For those of you who are wondering, your speech, the length of your speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So it's a little bit longer than your personal narrative. And these are the key things that you need to be done. Like I said, kind of like review the rubric, what we're looking at for the speech. Make sure that you do your research using the SMC resource library. You have to create your PowerPoint. You have to practice with your visual aid. The moment that you introduce a PowerPoint or a visual aid to your speech, it is extremely important that you rehearse with it. And if you don't rehearse with it, then there's a couple of things that could happen. One, you will forget that you have a visual aid and you will not refer to it. Or two, you will forget to completely move the slides along and the audience will be left wondering what would have been in that PowerPoint that could have made the presentation more engaging. So make sure that you rehearse with that. Also, make sure that you film yourself from the waist up, that we can see you, that you make eye contact with your audience, right, with the camera lens. That you show your audience on camera before and after. No video edits. It has to be literally film in one sitting. And of course, you have to upload that 5 to 7 minute speech on your YouTube channel. Lastly, I wanted to take a quick look at the rubric so that I can give you an idea of how I will be grading the speech. Let's look it up over here. So how I will be grading that speech, what I will be looking for. There's also samples here that Professor Shaffer has provided for you all. So make sure to check that out. Okay. So in the formative speech, I will be looking at these areas. To your introduction, do you have, you have a good attention getter. You have gone over the section of introductions and conclusions. A good attention getter is going to get the audience interested. Background and relevance of the topic. Make sure that you establish your credibility. That's why it's really important that you pick something that you wish to learn more, that you have some type of experience with, and that it fits in your field, that you clearly state your thesis, and that you have your preview of main points. Also, you want to make sure that your delivery is well done. For your main points, we're going to look at the organization, how clear they are, how well researched and put together they are. I want to make sure that you have like excellent delivery, making eye contact, using your gestures, and that you have clear transitions, kind of reviewing what you talked about before, reviewing what comes next. With a conclusion, wrapping everything up, making sure that you review your main points, that you recap your thesis, and that you close with a clincher. And I'm also going to be looking also at the delivery of that. So we're also going to be looking at how effective the topic is. Does it meet the purpose of the speech? Is it clearly informative? This is where I'm going to be looking at to make sure that the topic stays informative and that you are not trying to sway us or persuade us to do one thing or the other. It is really easy in informative speeches to go into persuasive speech mode, but keep reminding yourself that the whole purpose of this speech is to inform the audience. You will get your chance to persuade the audience in the next speech. I'm also going to be looking at the PowerPoint and the visuals, making sure that you follow the guidelines listed by the book on how to use a visual and that you meet the time. This speech is 75 minutes, and that's what I'm going to be grading and looking at. And again, like I said, I do apologize that I still haven't graded your personal narrative speeches. I will get them done by the end of this week. The latest that you will have that graded will be by October 1st, the latest, but I will try to get them done either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday so that you have them with you before you even get to start working on the informative speech module. If you have any questions, shoot me any questions that you might have. I am here to help you. And I can't believe that this is the last speech that we will be working on together, but it has truly been a pleasure to work with you all and to read all of your responses and your creativity. And as I check out more of your speeches, I'm getting to know you a little bit better. And I just feel so happy that I got to sub for you. If you have any questions, don't forget to shoot me an email or meet with me with office hours. And I will see you, I don't know, I will see you all in your informative speeches. And I hope that you have a great end of the semester with Professor Shaffer. Have a good week.